Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Earle, and it's just going to be yours truly today. Tim on his way to Greenville, so he'll be listening from the car. So it's just me, and we got 15 NHL games to go over. So we have a big slate for that. We have college football as well. Didn't go too crazy on college football this week. I definitely still have plays, but just not as many as usual, which now is the time where I'll probably start slowing down a little bit on college football. I'm amping up for hockey here. So that's kind of going to be the norm. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. Baseball went 2-1-2. A lot of pushing yesterday. The pushes were both the first 5 money lines. Astros' first 5 was a push. The Astros full game. What a game that was. They definitely made me sweat for it. A 3-run home run in the top of the 9th inning by Jose Altuve. Things you absolutely love to see. Team total over 4.5 as well. Came through on that 3-run home run. So that was a massive swing for me, literally and betting wise. Astros got the job done. Phillies first 5 push. Phillies full game lost. Where one bullpen choke helped me, another ones did not. But it is what it is. Now that series is tied. I'll probably be right back on the Phillies again today. SMU minus 19.5 I got earlier in the week. You could have played the 23.5. You could have played 33.5. You could have played 43.5. You could have played 53.5. They win 55-0. As easy as it gets there. Very frustrating game. The Islanders money line and the team total under for the New Jersey Devils. The Devils get 6 power plays, and that's all she wrote. And they scored on 4 of them. So I definitely did not have in my cap that the Devils were going to get that many power plays. But it is what it is. And then the CFL was a clean sweep 4-0, up 2.5 units. Stamps plus 8.5 was a winner. Stamps plus 350 winner. Calgary team total over 19.5 winner, and full game over 49.5 winner. They score 41 points themselves, a 41-16 win over the BC Lions. Remember when people thought BC might actually win the Grey Cup? Okay, sure. With that defense, they are going to be a fun bet against in the playoffs, and I will look to do that there. But overall, yesterday's finished 7-3-2, up 1.61 units. So after a really bad day on Thursday, we had a really nice. We had a profitable day on Friday, and we have a big day here on Saturday, where we'll have a lot of action as well, hoping to have a massive day and work our way back towards the black here in October. We'll head over to the chat, and then we will get into today's hockey slates. Yeah, Greenville bound, purple, gold. Yep, my guy, what's good? What's good, Nathan? But we will get into it. This game starting at 1:07, so we're about 2.5 hours away from the first hockey game of the day. The Ottawa Senators are $1.60 favorites, total 6.5 in this game. For right off the rip, the lines moved the wrong way on me in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where it opened up at a 155 for the Sens. It's up to a 158, so a 3-cent line movement towards Ottawa. Line opened up at a 127 for the over 6.5. It did get all the way up to, or dipped down to a minus 115 at one point, and it went right back up right after I bet it, and it went all the way back up to a 135. And unfortunately, I got the worst of the line there. My timing was absolutely terrible on that. Let's take a look at the cash flow, where we have 47% of the ticket, or 53% of the ticket. Nope, that's the puck line. 82% of the ticket, 69% of the cash is on these Ottawa Senators, and 72% of the tickets and 85% of the cash is on the over in this game. I'm sitting with the under in this spot here. Looking at this game, I had this game projected around a 6.1 range. So I saw value here on the under. Ottawa's defensive numbers have actually been pretty good. They've limited their teams to less than 2.7 expected goals in 3 straight games. And actually, Detroit's defense has been pretty good too. They've limited them to 3.1 or less in 3 straight games. So both these teams defensively have been pretty good. When you look at their expected goal battles, both these teams are winning those battles. I kind of think there's maybe a little bit of value here with the Wings in this game, if you want to look towards that. Let me take a look at what, and I believe it's going to be Ville Husso in net for today. And he's had 3 starts. He's been slightly below average so far this season, and I'm assuming it's going to be Forsberg. It may be Korpisalo. Korpisalo has not been very good. Forsberg, 2 starts. He's been pretty decent there. I played the under 6.5 because I think this will be at a 6, and I think we have a little bit of value here at this number. Did I think it was going to move that much against me? No. Does that make me a little bit nervous? No, because I see 72% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the over, so I expect the line to move that way. So I am on the under. Maybe it's the wrong side in this one, but I'm on the under 6.5. I got it at minus 101. I got a bad line on it. It's now like plus 117, but it is what it is. I'm on the under 6.5 here early for the brunch game. And Tim's on the over. Wings and under. Yeah, I kind of want to take a shot with the Wings here. Minus 141, I think is definitely worth taking a shot. Or if I like the under, then I just take Ottawa's team total under 3.5 for this spot. But Ottawa's offense has been really good. But Detroit's defense has actually been pretty solid to start the year. And I think both these teams can play a little bit of defense. And I think that we're expecting an under for this game. We'll move on here. And this line really caught my attention. We have the Arizona Coyotes laying 185 with the total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where this line opened up at a 195. It got all the way down to a minus 155 at one point, and now it got back up to a 187. So still a slight movement towards the Anaheim Ducks since this line opened. Line opened up at a 6.5 at even money. It's up to a 6.5 at minus 108. So move towards the over here as well. We have 50% of the tickets and 64% of the cash is on this over. 13% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on these Anaheim Ducks. I think the Ducks are the right side in this game. I kind of do. At plus 166, I lean in their direction here. At 6.5, I think the number's about right there for the 6.5, but taking plus 166 is really appealing with the Ducks in this game, and it's something I might get to here. Am I going to get to it right now? I don't know. This is a Ducks team that, when you look at what they've done so far, they've lost the expected goal battle in 2 of their 3 games. But they have also lost both those games. The one they won was the one they took care of business against Carolina, which Carolina has struggled defensively so far this year, and Anaheim has 2. Arizona's defensive numbers have been really good, though. This is a team that's actually playing pretty solid defense. They're only giving up 2.6 expected goals against on average the first 4 games. So actually defensively, these Coyotes have been pretty good. I think this is ultimately going to be a stay-off game for me, but I'm very, very interested in the Ducks here in this spot, and I would lean over if I had to get to a total in this game. Not a spot I'm going to get to, but it's dog or pass for me in this spot. Would you take the under 8 and Philly's money line? Who's on the it's Zach Gallen. I would lean towards the under. I think both pitchers can shove in that game. Gallen and Wheeler. I definitely think that's yeah. Still play GT at -6. I have Georgia Tech as, where's Georgia Tech? I have them as a 7.5 point favorite. My numbers project them as. I don't like the number as much as a 6. I would still be okay with it. I wouldn't bet it at a 6 just because I did get it at 4.5. But it's still playable at that number. But it's just not preferred at that number. But it's still playable. We'll move on here. The Toronto Maple Leafs are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Leafs -135 favorites with a total of 7 in this game. Another 7 total here. Line opened up at a 120. It's up to a 135 with the Maple Leafs, so a 15-cent line movement towards them here. Line opened up at a 7 at +112, and now it's a 7 at +107. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Leafs, expecting the Leafs to put up some goals in this spot here. Taking a look at my numbers for this game, and yeah, I could definitely see the Leafs putting up goals. They put up at least 3.15 expected goals in 4 straight games, and now they get to go up against a Tampa Bay team, which actually the last 3 games they've played better defensively, or last 2 games they played better defensively, where they only gave up 2.41 and 2.56 expected goals against. They're going to need to do that with Johansson in net. And would it surprise me to start seeing the Lightning play a little bit more of a conservative defensive style of hockey, and we start seeing unders with them, even with Johansson in net? Yeah, I think that's something where I would lean under 7 in this game if I had to bet it. But I did get to the side in this one. I'm on the Maple Leafs. We have a Maple Leafs team coming in off of that loss against Florida. And now they get a divisional rival here in this spot with Tampa Bay. I like them in this spot. You have Toronto, a team I think that can bounce back, and I don't trust Tampa Bay at all at the moment. They broke their 3-game losing streak with a 4-3 win over the Vancouver Canucks. This is going to be a Lightning team that's going to struggle without Vasilevsky in the beginning of the season here. Will I look to back him in some spots? Yeah. I lean under in this game if I had to bet the total, but I'm going to look towards the side of this game with the Maple Leafs real quick. 66% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on Toronto. 58% of the tickets, 58% of the cash is on the over. I do like Toronto in this spot, and I lean under the total in this one at 7. Yo. Blue Jackets in regulation, never doubter. There you go. Coyote puck line. That would be the only way that you could play it. Hello, says Markel. I like the Leafs in this game. Me too. I'm on Toronto. What games did I miss? I went over Anaheim, Arizona, which I passed on, and I'm on the under 6.5 Detroit and Ottawa. Leafs puck line. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get crazy, the Leafs are within my price range at that one. I got them at, I think, 128 personally. I believe is what I got them at. Let me look over what I got the Leafs at. Let me look at my here. Yeah, I got them at 128. So 135. That's about as high as I'll go on them. Is where they are right now. But yeah, you're good. Yeah, puck line's worth it there too. In regulation there. No, if you like them in regulation, take the -1 lines because it gives you an opportunity to push an OT. Not like I ever win any OT games, but you definitely look towards -1 lines instead of regulation lines. Leafs in the under. Yep. Melissa's in the chat. Hi, Melissa. Sabres for the cup. Everyone's favorite foreign sport started back up today. We're talking the CBA action. Good luck. Hi, Melissa. How are you doing today? And we get this matchup now. And we have the New York Islanders and the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres -125 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. 6.5 in an Islanders game. Line opened up at a 130 for the Sabres. It's down to a 124, so a 6-cent line movement here towards Buffalo. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 115. It's now a 6.5 at minus 110. So a move towards the over and a move towards the Islanders in this spot here. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game. 79% of the tickets, 99% of the cash is on the over in this game. I kind of agree with that money too. It scares me that it's 99%. But I kind of do lean towards that over here in this spot. At 83% of the tickets, 97% of the cash is on the Sabres. The line's gone from a 130 down to a 125. Now, I forgot to put in the numbers for this game because I still needed the Islanders numbers from last night, which curious. What did they do on 5-on-5? The Islanders won the expected goal battle on 5-on-5. No surprise there because the Devils needed power plays to do anything last night. But that's beyond the point. It was a 3.56 to 4.08. It was the first game the Islanders gave up more than 2 expected goals, and more than 2 of those are on the power play last night. Just an overall frustrating game last night. But Buffalo's offense has not been there. They've yet to crack 3 expected goals for this season. And the Islanders, they just gave up a big number last night. And actually, the more I'm looking at it, 6.5, and I get it. People are not going to like this 6.5 not going to like the under, especially what they saw last night. And the Buffalo Sabres are more of an over team. Ultimately, I don't think this is a game I'm getting to, but I believe this is a game that we see maybe a little bit more defense in this spot. And I said I was leaning more towards that over. The more and more I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I 100% agree with that anymore. This is ultimately a game I'm not playing. I could see the Islanders slowing down the Sabres once again on offense. Is this a game that I need to bet? No. Is this a game I'm going to bet? Also no. I lean Islanders, lean the under. It's going to be Varlamov, and it's going to be Eric Comrie. It's not going to be UPL today. So that is something to keep in mind as well. Comrie, definitely not somebody I trust. But I don't really trust this Buffalo offense right now to score goals. So this is a under for me. The more and more I look at it, and the more I looked at my numbers. And this is Isles or nothing, and it's a passer for me. Isles money line. Yay, Melissa. Good morning. Good morning, Nick. Let's cash today on some hockey. Yes. What's good, RVD20? Sorry, Tim. Yeah. Got to be Sabres in regulation. I mean, I don't know. Sabres money line and the over for Tim. Shocker. He's on the Sabres money line. Canadians money line. Oilers in regulation. Kings money line. I kind of think the Canadians are kind of an interesting look there. The Capitals laying a number on the road, I have no interest in. Oilers in regulation. Who are they playing again? Who are the Oilers playing again? They are playing Winnipeg. I could see it. And Kings money line, I'm on the opposite side. I've already played the Bruins. Morning, Nick. Morning, Untouchable. Islanders disappointed last night. Let's go Sabres. You know, everybody's going to remember last night. And especially everybody in the world on the Devils cashing. Maybe they're just going to be all tagging up and betting against the Islanders again. I think I can get a better number for the Islanders. Actually, the line's moved with the Islanders, so I don't know. Don't remember thinking Islanders and under. I think I might moving on this under. I think I might. And I think the one thing that's scaring people on the under is that's Varlamov and Comrie. It's not going to be Sorokin, but I don't think Varlamov is a bad goaltender. I know a lot of people are going to look at it back up. There's a reason they paid Varlamov the money that they did, and they gave him the term that they did. I think he's one of the best backups in the league right now. And this goalie tandem, there's a reason why the Islanders invested this much in their goalie tandem. It's to slow down teams, and I think that this could be one of those spots. I kind of lean under in this game. Lean over because it could be Varlamov. Fair. I'm in CF. I'm on 4 touchdowns. Arkansas 6 touchdowns. Oregon. Tar Heels 6 touchdowns. Michigan 5 touchdowns and team total over. All single bets besides the Michigan game. Good luck. I like the Sabres winning against the Canadians. Well, the Sabres don't play the Canadians. They play the Islanders. And they play the Canadians in 2 days, which I kind of like the Canadians in that game. Wouldn't be surprised if it went opposite after that huge over last night. Yeah, the Islanders, after playing a type of over like that, I would not be surprised if Lou Lamoriello ripped them in the locker room last night with how many penalties they took last night, which was awful. 6 power plays they gave to the Devils. And it was ridiculous. I mean, I could see them playing a better defensive game after what we saw last night. Absolutely. The more and more I look at it, the more and more I want that under. So, Sabres Day, go right back to the Sabres money line, anytime goal. And TNT Tage Thompson, yeah. May move on that under 6.5. I think the more and more I'm doing it, yeah. Coyotes and Reg, you're going to have to play it like something like that, yeah. For NCAF, I'm only on Miami, Ohio money line. I lean that way. You betting NBA next week or chilling? I'll find my spots. I am not gung-ho on betting NBA regular season. I'm just not. I will be very selective. I won't be going crazy. So that's kind of where I'll look for that. Yotes there. I think I want to move on this under 6.5. I really do. And I think it's very rare we're going to get 6.5s in Islanders games. And yeah, I'm going to move on it. Under 6.5 here, Islanders and Sabres. I don't think we're going to see many unders in Island, or I don't think we're going to see many. We're not going to see many Islander games totaled at a 6.5. It's just one of those where maybe that, yeah, I think people, and this line's moved from a 6 to a 6.5. I think people are overreacting to last night, and they know it's going to be Varlamov in net, and I'm a believer in Varlamov, so I'm on the under. I just bet the under 6.5 at -106. Small 2-teamer, Ohio State and ECU. I like it. Heard ya. I'm so vested into the NHL. It's so good. Yeah, it's been good. It could be a little bit better. The last couple nights have definitely been rough in the NHL, but we're working through it. I'm waiting for the full amount of data, so I'm able to really target these totals even better than I have been so far. Washington Capitals at the Montreal Canadiens. Washington 125 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here between Washington and Montreal. We had this line opened up at Montreal -120 actually, and it's flipped to now the Capitals are favorites in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 -105. It's down to a 6.5 at +102. So it's been a move towards the under, and it's a move towards the Capitals. A big move towards the Capitals here. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. 75% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the Capitals here in this game. 73% of the tickets, 88% of the cash is on the under. In this spot, the lines move towards those spots. My question is, who the hell is trusting the Capitals as a favorite on the road here? This is a team that they won a game in a shootout against Calgary. That's their only win so far this season. Their other games, they lost 4-0 and 6-1. They have those losses with that win against Calgary in the middle. Montreal is a team there, 1-1-1 so far to start the year. They lost in a shootout against Toronto. They beat Chicago 3-2, and then they lost to Minnesota 5-2. They gave up 2 shorthanded goals in the first period of that game. And I had this game at a pick'em, so it's not like I see crazy value on this game. I understand the move towards the under. I have this game at a 6. Whether or not I trust these teams to play an under at the moment, it's whether or not I trust the Capitals to slow down Montreal. They gave up 6 goals last game. They gave up 4 goals against the Penguins. And on the flip side, we've had Montreal go over in 2 of the 3 games. They gave up 6 goals against Toronto, and they gave up 5 against Minnesota. It's a tough game for this one. This is another one where I lean under the total. It would be an under 6.5 or nothing for me, I think, in this game. And it would be Montreal or nothing, especially at the line now. If you like Washington, you missed your line, I think. So it'd be a lean towards Montreal. I don't necessarily agree with the line flip to the Capitals being favorites. It's enough to keep me off the game, and I do lean under the total here as well. But it's a no play for me at the moment in this one. Let's see. Joe, you got any plus 1,000? Canadians, I kind of lean in that direction. I don't bet hockey, but Canadians look like a steal. Canadians are still not going to be a great team. Yeah. Looking to spin the wheel again this week. Favorite college football pick. Let's take a look at which play graded out the best for me. It would be Iowa. Iowa leading the points. Iowa is my favorite play of the week. Hawkeyes. Untouchable. Give me a Montreal minus 2.5. A try. Maybe wire to wire. There you go. Canadians going to smack them. Whoa, I like it. Plus 120. LOL. I can't. I'm a homer rocking with the Capitals puck line and an anytime goal. Ovechkin. Don't stand a chance. Sorry. What's the Habs team total? That's a good question. Habs team total 3.5 at plus 140. I would look more towards the under for the Capitals. Capitals are just not scoring goals right now. They've yet to score more than 4 goals or 3 goals in any of their games. Could they do that today? Yeah, but I would lean towards the Capitals team total under at 3.5. But that is $1.45. Yeah, it's 3.5, and it's big plus money. We'll move on here. I do have a play on these next 4 games. So we had the Vancouver Canucks taking on the Florida Panthers. Panthers minus 135 favorites in this game. Total 6.5 in this spot. Let's take a look at this game here where we have this line opened up at a 127. It's now at a minus 133. So a line move towards these Florida Panthers. The line opened up at a 132 for the over 6.5. It's dropped 16 cents to a minus 116. So a 16-cent line movement here towards the under in this game, which is kind of interesting. Let's take a look at my cash flow for the cash flow for this game. 53% of the tickets, 87% of the cash is on the under. I kind of understand this line move towards the under, and we'll get into my numbers here in this one. 78% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is on the Canucks, and yet the lines move towards the Panthers. I think the Canucks are a little bit of a public dog in this spot here when you look at the cash flow. And I'm staying off the total. My projected total for this game is around that 6.5 number. I like Florida in this spot here. And Florida is one of those teams where I looked to bet against them in the beginning of the season because of their injuries. And when you look at it, they're playing just fine without their two big defensemen with Montour and Ekblad still out. They've won their last 2 games. And I said this when I started putting the numbers in after this the New Jersey game. The Florida Panthers are about to go on a run. And I had the Panthers against the Leafs. Unfortunately, it was the team total over, not the money line. I am on the money line in this game at 133 with these Florida Panthers. I think the Canucks are a little bit of an overrated commodity at the moment. When you look at the way they've played their games, they got outplayed against Tampa. They got massively outplayed against Philadelphia. They got outplayed against Edmonton. They should have lost their last 3 games. They did win 2 out. They lost 2 of their last 2. I am not a believer in this Canucks team at the moment. Their numbers suggest that they are bet against, and the Florida Panthers numbers suggest they're bet on for me. And I am going to be betting on the Florida Panthers in this spot here. I like them here at the minus 133 price tag. I think they should be up in the 160, 170 range. So I think we're getting a nice little steal here on the Florida Panthers. I kind of lean towards that team total over 3.5 at minus 105 as well, because I see them getting goals in this game as well. I don't like that the line moves drop towards the under. That's probably enough to keep me off of any type of over in this game. But with that being said, I am on the Florida Panthers here at that 133 price tag. This line should be much, much higher. And I'm looking to fade the public dog on this one with the Canucks. So give me Florida here in this one. The Panthers, money line. No chance if that's what you got. If you know, you know. Yeah. Once the Capitals' big guys get going, they'll be better than mediocre. The Capitals are not a team I'm looking to bet on. Pretty plain and simple. They are bet against or nothing for me at the moment. They need to prove something to me. Their numbers suck. The team sucks. They're old, and that core needs to be blown up. And I think we're going to be saying the same about the Penguins in a couple months too. I think we've reached the end of the Ovechkin Crosby era. I think we just have. So Canadians money line, yes, I would lean that way. Panthers puck line. If you want to go for big plus money, you absolutely could. 175 is that puck line. If you want to play it somewhat safe, the -1 is plus 118 with the Panthers. Or plus 118. I don't hate that either. I did want to go with Panthers in regulation, but the Canucks be streaky. I do not want the Canucks in this game whatsoever. I would lean under. I would too. 4-1 could be 4-1. Yeah, I was gonna say I lean under. Yeah, but yet I just said I would lean towards the Florida's team total. I think Bobrovsky could play well in this game too. The Vancouver Canucks. We have that clip. We have that clip. Where's that clip? Where's that clip? We have it. There it is.
By the Vancouver Canucks.
The Canucks. Panthers money line. Yeah, I like it. I see this going over even regulation. There you go. Pass for Mike Glennon. Almost time for Big Ten. Yeah, we got an hour until kickoff there in college football. What's good, Turnsey? And you took Mizzou first half. I'm on the opposite side. I got the Gamecocks at 7.5 at plus 250 in that game. We'll keep on moving on here. We just went over Florida. The Philadelphia Flyers are at the Dallas Stars. The Stars are minus 255 favorites. Total 6 in this game. The Flyers have been kind of a little bit of a surprise team so far. I said this in the beginning of the season that they're not going to be a good team, but they're going to be a sneaky team in the beginning of the season. Line opened up at a 210. It's up to a 255, a massive move towards these Dallas Stars. Line opened up at a 6 at minus, or the under 6 at minus 125, and now it's under 6 at minus 115. So it's been a move towards this over, surprisingly here. Someone which I don't agree with. 73% of the tickets are on the under. We do not have a cash flow on it. 38% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on Philadelphia because, nobody's laying minus 255 or no self-respecting gambler is laying minus 255. 44% of the tickets, 50% of the cash is on the puck line there for the Stars. Looking at my numbers for this game here, I have this game projected at around a 5. This should be a 5.5. And I see a little bit of value here with the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers have been really strong to start this year defensively. Both these teams have. I see a little cage match in this one here. I did play the under 6 in this game. That's why I said I disagree with the line move towards the over because I played the under in this game already. This is a Dallas team I'm looking to bet unders with. This is a Philadelphia Flyers team I'm looking to bet unders with. These two teams that are going to be playing a lot of under hockey. I got the 6 yesterday. Where is this game? I got the 6 at minus 108 yesterday for the over or for the under. I think this should have been a 5.5, and I'm really confused on why this line move is moving towards the under. This Dallas Stars team defensively has been really strong. Philadelphia defensively. They held Vancouver to 1.81 expected goals. They held Edmonton to 1.72 expected goals. That's incredible what this Philadelphia Flyers defense has done so far this season. I think the Flyers could be a live dog in this game. And I think if this game is going under, then there's probably some value in maybe the plus 1.5 and minus 120 with the Flyers. I'm assuming that the 2.5 is probably something stupid, minus 260. No way you could play that. But maybe you look at the team total under for Dallas at 3.5. I think that's not a bad look in this game. Because I think this is a 3-2 hockey game. At worst. Maybe it's a 2-1 game. The Stars have yet to score 4 goals or more in a game. And I'm actually going to move on this here. I'm actually going to move on the Stars team total under 3.5. I actually really like that look. I just don't see them scoring many goals in this game. And Philadelphia defensively has been so good so far to start the year. So I am going to move on this as well. I'm already on the under 6. I'm going to take a little Dallas team total under as well. Look for Carter Hart to continue to play well. Look for this Philadelphia team to continue to play good defense. I think this is the time if you want to back Philadelphia. It's early in the season. And we're getting a reasonable number here to get this team total under with the Dallas Stars. So Stars team total under 3.5 minus 110. I'm also on the under 6 here in this game, looking for a lower scoring one in this one. Sorry, what's your thoughts on Ottawa? I took the under 6.5. I'm a little bit nervous about that one with the line moving as much as it has towards the over, but I'm on the under in that game. Taking the Badgers and the Bruins double dip. I like which Bruins? Boston Bruins, yes. UCLA Bruins, I would also lean in that direction. And then Badgers, I am on the Wisconsin Badgers. What's up, my guys? Let's get it. Let's cash. Hit the like button. Show some appreciation. Subscribe and share. Tim A, only 3 days to the NBA. Who cares about the NBA? I mean, yeah, NBA. Give me Flyers money line. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Going to be trying to thread the needle here. Stars money line in the under. I mean, it can happen. Pass for Joe Kryptonite. MSU money line. Forget the 24 points. Go green, go white. Sparty party. I actually lean in that direction as well. Pass, Mike Lennon. Maybe Stars under 3.5. I did play that under Stars 3.5 there. I like Stars puck line, but it's not really plus money, minus 115. No thanks. Yeah. Missouri is good this year, 6-1, and the Cox are 2-4 heading into the hostile environment. Correct. That line should be a 4. That's what I had that game at. Nah, Marcus, you tripping a little bit. Yeah. No. Nick, a bunch of BS at the all-day live stream starts at 6. Dave, get motivated. Yeah, I mean, for me, I was only going to be there for the first hour. Then I'm going to the ECU game, and I'll be back at 6. So that's why he bumped it back, is because it was probably just going to be him running solo for the first little bit. But yeah. Yeah, UCLA Bruins after the Stanford Miracle. Fade him this week. I 100% agree with that. I don't know if I'm going to get around to betting it, but yeah. I know somebody that's USC minus 7, Oklahoma State minus 18, Ohio State minus 4.5, Cincy minus 3, Memphis minus 7, Ohio minus 17, Arkansas minus 6.5. All favorites. I told them they're going to lose besides Arkansas. Yeah, I did not. I'm trying to remember. I don't like USC. Yeah, that's a lot of favorites. I'm on the Badgers minus 2.5. I am on the Badgers as well. But we'll keep on moving on here. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins and the St. Louis Blues. Penguins $1.55 favorites, total of 6.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where we have the line open up at a 145. It's up to a 153 here for Pittsburgh. Line open up at a 6.5 minus 117 for the over. It's now down to a 112. So a move towards the under and a move towards these Penguins here in this spot. And we really have no cash flow at all in this game. We have 98% of the tickets are on the Penguins. The lines move towards them. I have no cash flow on anything, which is fine. And looking at this game, Penguins defensively has actually kind of impressed me the last few games. A team that I thought was going to struggle defensively. They give up 6 goals against the Detroit Red Wings. So I know that sounds weird, but they only gave up 3.21 expected goals. So it was just Yari was bad. And this is definitely a matchup where the Penguins are going to be able to play good defensively. I would lean Penguins in this game if I had to play the side in this one. And I'm on the under 6.5 in this game. I played the under 6.5. I lean Penguins, maybe Penguins -1, maybe Blues team total under 2.5. Blues offensively have really struggled so far this season. They've yet to record more than 2.11 expected goals, which is kind of crazy that this Blues team, one thing that they're just lacking right now is that offensive punch. They're 1-2 over under so far this season. Their only game they went over is because they gave up 6 goals against the Arizona Coyotes. That's the only game they've gone over in so far. And when I look at it, the more and more I look at it, plus 130, I might get involved with this Blues team total under at 2.5 at plus money. It's nice, juicy plus money, plus 130. That's kind of a lean for me at the moment. Just my numbers suggest that there's value on Pittsburgh in this spot. The lines move towards Pittsburgh in this spot, so I kind of lean in that direction. 153 is a little rich. I would have to -1 line them or take the team total under with the Blues. I would lean more towards the team total under with the Blues. But for me, I'm just gonna lean towards Pittsburgh in this spot. Maybe I just play the Pittsburgh -1, and at worst hope for basically I'd be thinking the same thing, but that would open me up just in case this game does go over the total for the -1 still to hit if the team total doesn't. Plus 105 for Penguins -1. I might pull the trigger on Penguins -1. I think I might actually pull the trigger on Penguins -1 here. I will pull the trigger on Penguins -1 in this game. The Blues have done nothing to impress me so far. Their numbers are not very good, and actually, believe it or not, the Penguins have actually not been have been better than I expected so far this season. Now, maybe I read the Penguins team a little wrong, and this team is maybe a team you fade later in the season once the old farts on that team have some time underneath them and things along those lines. So I'm going to take the Pens -1 at plus 105 in this game to take care of the Blues here in this spot. And I do have the under in this game. I hate taking -1 and the unders in the same games, but this one just makes sense for me. So I'm on Penguins -1. I'm on the under 6.5 in this game here. Tell Dave to start it up early. I'll hop on. I think he had something going on this morning. Taking the Blues money line in the under. Shocker. The person with the Blues logo is taking the Blues. Sprinkling Cappit. Anytime goal. Revenge goals are always fun. Yeah. Under. Yeah. Biddington Masterclass. I can easily see that. Maybe the Penguins to beat the Blues. Give me the Penguins. These Blues disgust me. Yeah. Penguins. Stars team total under. Yes, I like that. Yeah. We'll move on. The Minnesota Wild and the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Wild coming in off of that wild game, no pun intended, against the LA Kings. They gave up 7 goals in that spot, and this team defensively, I think, is going to struggle. But let's take a look at this game. We have this line opened up at a -2. Click. Come on. Click line history. There we go. Line opened up at a 228. It's down to a 214. So a small line movement towards Columbus in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 at -130. It's now a 6.5 at plus 102. Wow. This line's moved heavily against me. All right. Let's take a look at the cash flow, see if it makes sense. Yeah, 82% of the tickets, 81% of the cash is on the under. We have 49% of the tickets and 96% of the cash is on the Wild. The line's moved against the Wild. That's kind of crazy here. And I disagree with that wholeheartedly. I kind of like Minnesota in this spot. Let's take a look at my numbers for this one here. Maybe not at a -200, but I did play the over in this game. Gustafsson should be Gustafsson in net. And who knows what we're looking at for the goalie situation with the Columbus Blue Jackets right now. It was Spencer Martin yesterday. I would not be surprised to see his Elvis Merzlikins today, but Elvis has been out the last couple of games. I'm not an Elvis guy. I don't believe in Merzlikins. The defense in front of him is not very good either. I think the Wild get some goals in this game. I got the over 6.5. I'm not going to double down on this game at all because the market moves are just scaring the crap out of me. Because I've already got the over 6 here at like plus, like what was it? I got the over in this game at like plus or minus 116 or something like that. I got a bad line on this game. I got mini at where? Scroll down. I got minus 111. Yeah, I definitely did not beat a line movement in this game, but I got the over. Minnesota, I think, is an over team. They've gone over in, I think, every game so far this season. No, they're 3-1 to the over. My bad. They 2-0 in the first game against Florida, but then 7-4 against 7-4 game with Toronto, 5-2 with Montreal, 7-3 with the Kings. And I'm going to look to back Wild overs until further notice. This line moved against me, which is making me a little bit nervous, but it is what it is. I also would lean towards the Wild to bounce back here. You'd have to lay the puck line at plus 110. Their team total over minus 145 for the over 3.5. That's kind of crazy. But I would lean Wild in this game, and I'm on the over 6.5 in this spot here. Wild minus 1.5, Wild over 3.5, Kaprizov anytime goal. Yep. The Blue Jackets saved their better goalie for this Wild and over. Yeah. Like it, Mike G. Wild. Wild money line in the under there for Fernando. I do not like the under, but it is what it is. We continue on. We had the Vegas Golden Knights and the Chicago Blackhawks. Blackhawks home opener in this game. Minus 210 for the Golden Knights, total of 6 in this game. Now, I mentioned this before. I am not in the business of fading the Golden Knights. But let's get into this line history here in this spot where the line opened up at a 244. It's down to a 212. Line opened up at a 108 for the over. It's now a 115 for the over. So a move towards the over and a move towards Chicago. Even though 29% of the tickets and 94% of the cash is on the under in this game. 91% of the tickets are on the Knights, and the lines move towards the Hawks, which is kind of interesting here. And I usually don't make these type of bets, but I kind of lean Hawks first period. I think this is a game where it's their home opener. It's Bedard's first home game. And what a gauntlet they've already put Bedard and these Blackhawks through to start the season. When you look at what the Blackhawks schedule has been, at Pittsburgh, at Boston, at Montreal, at Toronto, at Colorado. And now their home opener is against Vegas. And after that, they get Boston, then Vegas in Arizona, then Florida, New Jersey, Tampa Bay, Florida, Tampa Bay, Nashville, Buffalo. Wow, what a gauntlet the Blackhawks have to start this season. And they're 2-3 to start the year, and all 5 of their games have gone under the total, which is kind of interesting there, including shutting down the Leafs to only 1 goal. I think the Blackhawks are a very live underdog in this game. Whether or not I'm going to fade the Golden Knights, that is a no for me. I think if you want to back the Blackhawks, you take them in the first period. Because I think this could be one of those games that they start strong and then Golden Knights take over late. So it's Hawks first period or nothing for me. I think I'm going to lean towards the nothing in this spot. There's a lot of games on this slate. I'm not trying to force game plays on every game. But the Blackhawks at this spot, in this situation, are very appealing to me here in this one. But once again, I'm not in the business of fading Vegas here. So it's Blackhawks first period or nothing. But that being said, the Blackhawks are not particularly a team that I'm looking to get involved with at the moment. But it's Blackhawks or nothing here, first period, which you can get the first period for plus 160. So there's a little look in that game, but not a game I'm particularly looking to get involved with. The that 2000 expansion battle. There you go. Blackhawks money line. There you go. Blackhawks first period money line. Yeah. Blackhawks going to win some games. They absolutely are. And this could be one of those where the Vegas Golden Knights overlook them. Knights puck line, fading the Blackhawks coming off of, yeah, I can see that. It's their first game, first home opener. We'll see. But we'll move on. We have the Nashville Predators and the San Jose Sharks. The Preds minus 240 favorites, total 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot here, where we have the line opening up at 235. It's up to a 240 for Nashville. Line opened up at a 6 at plus 105. It's now a 6 at minus 103. So a move towards the over and a move towards Nashville in this spot, expecting Nashville to put up goals. Nashville is not one of those teams that does put up very many goals, but we really don't have a cash flow in this game. But this is definitely a spot that they absolutely can. I have them projected for almost 4.5 goals in this spot. The Sharks defensively have been putrid, and they should be giving up goals. Now, this is I feel like this could be an easy spot. I have the over in this game. Feel like you can just take the Nashville puck line and their team total over and move on as well. I think fading the Sharks is going to be very profitable as the year goes along. I'm leaning towards taking maybe the Preds here, puck line and the Preds team total over. That's just a lean for me at the moment. There's a couple spots I may come back and look at after the show. The Preds team total and the Preds puck line, I think, are two that I'm definitely going to look towards. Actually, I'm going to play that Preds puck line now at minus 125 for over 3.5. I see them lighting up the Sharks in this game. And the Sharks are a team that I may just fade with team totals because they're going to give up goals. Their expected numbers are terrible. They're giving up 4.5 expected goals per game, and that's with giving up 2.59 in their first game. Since then, 5.54, 4.68, and 5.26. So they're giving up a lot of opportunities. And Nashville is actually one of those teams. They've played unders, but I don't think they should be because their expected goal numbers suggest that they should be playing much higher games. 4.21 expected goals for against Tampa, 5.64 against Seattle, 3.72 against Boston, 3.26 against Edmonton, 4.02 against the Rangers. This team is going to score goals. This is going to be a fun Nashville Predators team, I think, this year. I'm going to take that team total over at 3.5 minus 125. I think that's a decent price for this one as well. So that's where we're going for this one here. Nashville team total over 3.5 minus 125. I'm also on the full game over as well. I like the over. Yep. Sucks we don't have any early NHL. We do at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, Senators and the Red Wings. I may play both ways. There you go. Vegas first full game. Chicago first period. If you want to do that, then play the first period and then live bet Vegas after the first period. Hate to say it, but Sharks, Nashville scored me 4 goals, and I don't care. Who put this year's schedule together? 15 games today and only New Jersey, Calgary not playing, and then 2 tomorrow. Yep. Could see Sharks team total over 2.5. I'm fine with that. I have the over, so I'm fine with that. Preds puck line in the over. Yeah. Yeah. Talk about overs. This is an over here. I will tell you already. Carolina and the Colorado Avalanche. Line opened up at a minus 135. It's now a minus 139. Line opened up at a minus 120. It's a 119 now. I've already played the team total and a full game over in this one here. And it's just pretty simple for me. Let's look at the cash flow real quick, which I believe, 60% of the tickets, 65% of the cash is on the over. 86% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the Avalanche in this game, which makes sense. I like the Avalanche in this spot. We're getting a reasonable price for them. Carolina is not the Carolina we think they are right now. This team sucks defensively. Even though their expected goal numbers are meh. This is a team that that is giving up goals. Pretty plain and simple here. And this is one of my favorite overs on the board. I think this has the opportunity to be the highest scoring game on the slate. I'm on the over 6 at minus 120. I'm on the Avalanche team total over. This Avalanche team is producing over 5 expected goals per game on average. They put up 7.86 expected goals against the Kings on that opening game. This is a what do you call it? This is a Avs team that is going to put up goals. They're going to put up goals, and I think we're getting a nice cheap price because they're playing the Carolina Hurricanes that everybody thinks they are this under team because that's what they've been. They've been a good defensive team under Rod Brind'Amour. That's not the team they are right now. The Carolina Hurricanes are a perfect 5-0 towards the over. And until further notice, we're taking Carolina games over the total. 7-4 loss against Seattle, 6-3 win against San Jose, 6-3 loss against Anaheim, 6-5 win against LA, 5-3 win against Ottawa. This team is scoring goals. They're giving up goals. So give me the Avalanche team total over 3.5 at even money. I think that's an absolute steal in this game, and the over 6 as well. I think this line should be a 6.5 for sure. They are definitely pricing this like it's last year's Carolina Hurricanes that played good defense. So I like the Avalanche to put up 4 in this game, and I like this game to go over the total. So that's where I'm going for this one. Preds have been hot. Yeah, Predators first period puck line. Yeah. Sharks should be reeling from that Hurricane last game. The Sharks were in that game. That's the thing. The Sharks were in that game until about halfway through the third period when they gave up 4 straight goals in the third period. Avalanche and Reg plus 165. I don't hate that at all. I mean, puck line. Yeah, puck line. Avs first period. I could see that. Avs puck line. Yeah. Avalanche in the under for my same game parlay. Also do a small sprinkle on the Avs puck line. No, don't play. Why are you playing unders in the Carolina games right now? Carolina Hurricanes get embarrassed again. I heard today somebody say release the Kraken. I have not gone over that game, and actually, nope, that's not for 2 more games. They have this game, and then we have the Kraken game to go over. Then we have the Kings game, and then we're done. Winnipeg are at Edmonton here on the spot here. Edmonton $1.70 favorites with a total of 6.5 in this game. This line opened up at a 175. It's down to a 169. So a small move towards Winnipeg in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 127. It is a 6.5 at minus 132 now. So we have a move towards the over, and we have a move towards Winnipeg in this spot. Looking at the cash flow in this game, we really don't have too much. 72% of the tickets, 61% of the cash is on the Jets in this game. So it looks like the bigger bet's coming in on Winnipeg, and I 100% agree with that here. The Edmonton Oilers are not a bet-on team for me right now. They're just not. I think this line should be closer, and I get it. It's in Edmonton, which people are probably interested in the Oilers at home in this spot. But I think the Jets are very live underdogs in this game, and I might move on the Jets. This is may be something I look at throughout the day and see what we get for this one. Morning, Tim. How are you? But yeah, definitely a spot where I think this is dog or pass in this one with the Winnipeg Jets here against the Edmonton Oilers. I have this game priced closer towards a pickup. I don't think the Oilers should be laying this type of number right now. A team that has not been very good. Now, Winnipeg to start the year has not been very good either. Both these teams are 1-3. Both these teams have been playing more towards the overs. And I just don't trust either of these teams. It's definitely dog or pass. I might get to the Jets later in the day here. But for me at the moment, I have nothing in this game. I lean towards the over as well. But still, no play for me here in this one. Lean towards the Jets. Oilers and Reg, always. Just take the over. Just taking the over and moving along. I could see that. Kind of interested to see. It's minus 160, but 2.5 at minus 160 with the Jets team total. I see them definitely getting 3 goals in this game. So that'd be probably a lean, but I don't want to lay that big number. Well, of course, I need those fun Draisaitl McDavid anytime goal sprinkles, along with Bouchard anytime point. Fair? Yes, sir. Big T. Earle. Yeah. Timmy. Where the hell is Davey? Sucking some in bed, perhaps. He's got a few things he's got to get done this morning, and I'm not going to be there until later because the ECU game. So that's why the show starts at 6 later. New York Rangers are at the Seattle Kraken in this game. The Rangers around minus 128, minus 130 favorites in this one. Total of 6 in this game. Line opened up at a 130. It's down to a 128. Line opened up at a 6 minus 115. It says 6 at minus 112. So it moved slightly towards the under and a move towards the Kraken, the Kraken in this one. 33% of the tickets, 56% of the cash is on the Kraken here in this spot. Seattle finally coming in off of their first win last game against the Carolina Hurricanes. And now they get Shesterkin and the Rangers. Shesterkin's actually been slightly below average to start the year, but I don't think that's really something they need to hit the panic button yet. He's only a few starts into the year. This is a game I'm not getting to, though. I want the Kraken a little bit in this game. I do. I lean towards Seattle. If I had to play a side, gun to my head, it's Seattle. But we have the Rangers coming in off of that embarrassing loss. We have the Kraken coming in off of their first win of the year. It's not a particular spot I'm looking to back the Kraken or fade the Rangers in. So my X's and O's leans are kind of towards the Kraken situationally. This could be a Rangers spot. I have no interest in this game whatsoever. There are plenty of other games on the slate. If I had to lean, I would lean towards releasing the Kraken. But for this one here, it's just a pass at the moment for me. I can get on the Kraken. I can lean that way as well. Maybe if the day is going well, I'll add the Kraken. Let's go Kraken money line, reverse puck line. Also lean under. And we need the clip. And I know exactly what clip you guys are wanting.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken. Final game of the day. I have a side and a total in this one here. We have the Boston Bruins taking on the LA Kings in this spot. The Bruins minus 110 favorites, total of 6 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history here on this final game here, where it opened up at a minus 110 for the Kings. It's down to a 106. So a small move towards the Bruins here in this spot. Line opened up at a 6 at plus 102. It's a 6 at plus 111. So a move towards the under here as well, which I don't really like. But 36% of the tickets, 84% of the cash on the under makes sense. 35% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on the Kings. The lines move towards the Bruins in this spot here. I think the Bruins should be bigger favorites in this game. I did jump on Boston at minus 108. I'm also on the over in this game as well. The Kings, they're coming in off of that big Minnesota win on Thursday. They are off of back-to-back wins after starting the season off poorly. They lost both games at home. They won both games on the road. Will they be able to win their first road game is the big question. This is a tough opponent to do it against. Boston, who starts this year 3-0, I do think Boston will take a step down this year. However, they've played Chicago, Nashville, and San Jose to start the year. They haven't really started with Murderers Row yet. And the Kings are probably definitely the best team they've played so far this season. But with that being said, am I looking to get involved or looking to fade this Bruins team at this number? No. I did play the Bruins at minus 108. I also like the over in this game. This goal, the defense and goaltending, I think is still going to be a problem here for the Kings. And I like this game over the total. So I'm on the Bruins money line. I'm on the over 6 in this game as well. I like Boston to get the job done here. But that is all of the games for the NHL for today. We're going to head over to the chat, and then we will recap and head on out. We already touched on the one. For the early NHL games, both games under 6.5. I did play the under 6.5 in that first game. I lean Ducks in the second game. I'm kind of interested in the Ducks the second game. Am I pulling the trigger on that second game? No. Would lean slightly towards the under in that game as well. See a 3-4 type of game. Yeah. Has the Bruins goalie been confirmed? This line's kind of fishy. I don't think so. And Olmark or Swayman, I'm fine with either. Pastrnak anytime goal. Yeah. King me. Nick, where's your buddy Isaac? I have no idea. I like the Senators and the over. I'm on the opposite side there. I'm on the under in that Wings game, and I lean Wings. But that is all of today's NHL games. Quick little recap, and then we will head on out here. I'm on the under 6.5 with Ottawa and Detroit. I'm on the Maple Leafs at -128. I got the under 6.5 New York and Buffalo. I'm on the Panthers on the money line there. I'm on the Dallas Stars team total under 3.5, the full game under 6. I'm on the Penguins -1 and the under 6.5 in that game. I'm on the over 6.5 in Minnesota Columbus. I lean towards the Wild puck line in that game as well. I lean towards these Blackhawk first period look in that one. I do think Vegas wins the full game, which makes it kind of difficult to back them there. I'm on the over 6 in that Nashville game, as well as the team total over for Nashville. I'm on the Colorado team total over and the full game over there in that spot. I think I want to move on the Winnipeg Jets at +150. I lean Kraken, no play there. I'm on the Kings, not the Kings. I'm on the Bruins and the over to end the night there. But that is all for today's slate. Nerfy and Phillies money line. I will be back on the Phillies today with Zach Wheeler on the mound. But that is everything for today's slate. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. We'll be live later at 6 o'clock for the college football show. It's not going to be as long of a show today because it's starting at 6. But until then, we'll catch you guys next time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys as always for watching, and good luck today.